Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, December 2nd through Sunday, December 9th, 2018. For this week's weekly video, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Archangel Divination deck. So this brings us into the first full week of December, the last month of this year, 2018. If you haven't already, you might want to go onto my YouTube channel and watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of December to get a large overview of the energies as we're wrapping up this year. So let's start by taking a look at your stones of choice for this week's weekly reading. So these are new stones that I just purchased. This one is apophyllite, and I know it looks like quartz crystal, but the way that the apophyllite is formed is instead of points like the clear quartz crystal usually has in a cluster, this has like flat tops on all of these little, what do we want to say, configurations. So the apophyllite, which in this case is a white apophyllite stone, and it does come in different colors, but the white apophyllite has very high vibration of light energy. It helps to soothe fears, worries, and anxieties. It helps to bring about a connection between a person's physical self and their spiritual self, and it actually helps with psychic vision and clairvoyance. All right, your second stone of choice is ruby and fuchsite. And if you can see that, there's a few pieces of that red ruby here within the green fuchsite. And this ruby fuchsite helps to heal and balance the heart chakra, helps to remove blockages as far as the emotional body. This also helps to open up your psychic awareness and helps to allow you to maintain awareness of your own individuality while you're also connecting to the collective of humanity. All right, and then the last stone of choice is something I've not even ever heard of before, and I saw this, and since I've not heard of it before, I wanted to purchase it. It's called Cavansite. That's C-A-V-A-N-S-I-T-E. Supposedly it's rare. As when I purchased it, it said that it was rare. But the Cavansite is this blue, and it's actually embedded in this other kind of quartz formation here. But this blue Cavansite is a stone of revelation, a stone of breakthrough, understanding, prophecy, and spiritual enlightenment. This helps with clear communication, both with other people, but also clear communication for you with your intentions to the universe, and also aids in your connection to your guides and your angels. So again, your stones of choice for this week are the apophyllite, the ruby fuchsite, and the Cavansite. Okay, so let's start by talking about the astrological energies for the week. We start out on Wednesday the 5th. So there's not a whole lot happening Monday and Tuesday except for with the moon connecting to different planets as it always does day by day. So on Wednesday the 5th, we have the sun, which is in the sign of Sagittarius, and it's in a challenging connection to Neptune, the planet of the spiritual realm. Now Neptune also, though, because it does rule the spiritual realm, it rules things that are not easily seen or not very tangible. So this can bring about like a lack of clarity and confusion, delusional energies. Neptune also rules the dream time. So when we think about the sun, which is how we shine our light, and right now it's in that sign of Sagittarius, which is about seeing the big picture, the far-reaching picture, and how to expand our energies and how to be free, and about higher learning and knowledge and wisdom. And now it's in that challenging connection to Neptune. It might make things a little bit fuzzy. It might make things a little bit confusing, and especially because the sun is our personality or our sense of identity. This might cause us to feel a little bit confused about who we are and where we're going in life. You know, and also too on a physical level, I feel like we might be a little bit more tired or lacking in energy or feeling a little bit more even woozy or dizzy. You know, again, that lack of clarity or lack of groundedness kind of comes in with that Neptunian influence. So again, here in a nutshell, we might feel just a little bit of, you know, identity crisis, really, with the sun ruling our identity and Neptune being this planet that can rule confusion. We might be having a little bit of an identity crisis, like, who am I? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? What's going on? Now, we might feel that also even the day before on Tuesday as it's starting to approach and connect on Wednesday. On Thursday the 6th, Mercury goes back to direct motion. So it started out by going retrograde in Sagittarius last month in November. And it did retrograde dipped back into Scorpio. So this is where he's now going back to direct motion, is at 27 degrees of Scorpio. And of course, as Mercury is slowing down to station and come to a standstill, our process of thinking, you know, our process of awareness, our process of communication, both within ourselves and with other people, might feel like it's a little stagnant, or might feel like it's not moving, or might feel like, again, there's this maybe a bit of unclarity or challenge within those thoughts and those ideas and those communications with Mercury there. Now, on Thursday also, or Friday, the 6th or the 7th, depending on what part of the world you're in, we also have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, meaning that, of course, the sun is in Sagittarius, as it is every December at this time. The moon is now in Sagittarius, and they come together to form what's called a new moon here. And this is about new beginnings. New moons are always about new beginnings. Now, this new moon is through the lens of Sagittarius. So again, Sagittarius is that happy-go-lucky, optimistic, glass half full, freedom-oriented, creative inspiration, learning, teaching, using our ideas, sharing our wisdom with other people kind of energy. So this is where our new beginning is. This can be a new beginning as far as a new spiritual awareness, a new beginning with how we perceive the world, a new beginning with our expansion process. Maybe it's expansion of ourselves in some way, or expansion of our business in some way. Could even be expansion of our family, or expansion on the home front. You know, this could be about moving, because Sagittarius does rule long distance travel. So, you know, even if we're not traveling per se, it could actually indicate some sort of a move as far as a home move, if it's more of a longer distance, so to speak. But anyway, this new moon in Sagittarius is at 15 degrees, and it should feel like an opportunity, you know, an opportunity for something positive to hopefully start to formulate and come into play. Now, I don't know if it will come into play this week because of the previous energies that we've had going on already, with the Sun challenging Neptune, bringing that little bit of confusion, Mercury at a standstill, turning to direct motion. So, you know, those thoughts and ideas aren't yet really unfolding properly, or they're not formulated yet. Now, also during this new moon on the 6th and 7th, we also have Mars in Pisces connecting with Neptune. So now we have another Neptune influence here. Mars is about our physical energy, and it's about forward movement, and it's about action. But right now it's in Pisces, so it's a little bit watered down just with it being in Pisces, meaning it's not really full steam ahead. Mars in Pisces can get a little confused as far as what direction to go or how fast to go, and really it's not able to really to be pushed anyway. It's not like you can make solid decisions and just push yourself forward with Mars in Pisces. You kind of have to go with the flow, and you kind of have to wait for the universe to kind of give you signs and signals as to, you know, what direction to take or what timing things are going to start to unfold. And now it's connecting with Neptune on the same day as the new moon. So it's bringing in even maybe more of a feeling of lacking clarity or confusion, or feelings of being ungrounded, or feelings of anxiety. This can really bring about a physical anxiety within us as well. And then we round out the week on Sunday, the 9th of December, and this is when Chiron, the wounded healer, turns back to direct motion at 27 degrees of Pisces. Now, I have to say personally, I've been feeling Chiron as it's been slowing down for the past, I'd say, about 3 weeks. So this is not a new energy that we're only feeling this week. I want to say we've probably been feeling it the last at least, couple of weeks here, if not 3. And this is bringing up our old wounds from this and previous lifetime incarnations, physical wounds, emotional wounds, mental wounds, and spiritual wounds, patterns from the past that we're moving through to heal and transmute. And with it dipping back into Pisces, as it started out retrograde in Aries some months ago, this Piscean feel of the collective, this Piscean feel of past lives, this Piscean feel of things being intangible or confusing on some level, not clear on some level. So it's really, to me, bringing up and intensifying a lot of these old subconscious patterns that deal with feeling victimized in some way. That can be a Pisces thing, feeling victimized or the victim of circumstance, or again, this lacking of self-identity, again, this identity crisis kind of energy, feeling of like things, again, being unclear. So there's a lot going on with Chiron here in Pisces, stationing direct. Okay, so that's a little bit about the astrology. Now, of course, I usually choose 3 cards for the weekly and monthly readings, and sometimes more cards than 3 comes out. In fact, it seems like that's often the case. So when I chose the first card, we have 2 cards here, so we actually have a total of 4. But let's go ahead and take a look at the first card, and we have, interesting, Major Arcana number 1. And the number 1 actually in numerology is about new beginnings, and so we do have a new moon this week, and we're talking about new beginnings. But Major Arcana number 1, the Magician, with Archangel Raziel. And this is actually a pretty positive card. Not to say that, our energies for the week are all, not so positive or negative. Some of them can be challenging. A lot of it is about having faith and going with the flow and trusting that things are unfolding when they, are supposed to, or how they are supposed to. But here with the Magician card, it says, you can manifest the life you want. It says what you need will magically appear, and it does say successful beginnings, successful beginnings. So the Magician, you can see him here. He's got light around him. He's got all the chakra colors in his hands, and he's kind of manipulating those colors and kind of playing around with that kind of magical energy. We have a beautiful, I don't know if that's an owl or if that's an angel, or it's hard to discern here, but there's some sort of figure in the background here with wings. Let's say it's some sort of angelic energy that's assisting the Magician in creating and manifesting the life that he wants, the opportunities that he wants, the blessings that he wants. So this is really what this card is about, saying that you can create anything you want. You just have to visualize it, believe it, trust, take actions on based on what it is that you desire to do, and then allow yourself to create it, and very interesting here with the Magician starting out the week. So again, it's sort of like playing with the energies of the universe in a positive way, but playing with them in such a way that you put out your positive intentions, you know what you want to create, and then you have to kind of leave some of it up to the universe. It's like these energies here that he's playing with. He doesn't know exactly what's going to come about, but he does know what his intentions are. But he's also trusting and having faith that whatever manifests is going to be either what he desires or something greater and better than what he desires. Archangel Raziel is, to me, like the Merlin the Magician energy. So think of Merlin the Magician, the Celtic deity that utilizes his magical powers to kind of heal or create or manifest. And Archangel Raziel deals with alchemy and divine magic. So call upon him this week as we're moving through these energies, and especially for the full moon, that time of new beginnings. Now the other card, okay, so we have a second major arcana that comes out with that first card. So this must be something that we need to pay attention to with that Magician card. And this is number 12, Perspective, with Archangel Chamuel, who is the archangel that helps us with our life purpose and also with our soulmate relationships. And this says there's a better way, okay? There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. Now, this major arcana is usually the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. And the Hanged Man, you know, just as this angel, Archangel Chamuel, is kind of hanging upside down by one foot, looking at things from a different perspective. You know, there's a different viewpoint here as things are upside down to him. And he's also pausing. It's almost like things are at a standstill. And that really covers Mercury stationing and turning back to direct motion. You know, things on that mental realm level with Mercury, messages, ideas, communications, our thoughts, those seem to be a little bit at a stalemate or at a standstill, just momentarily. So here we're needing to just pause and, you know, expand our awareness, kind of take in all of the possibilities of why things are the way they are, or why things seem to be unfolding the way they are, or why we're being redirected in the way we are. And again, change our perspective. We might feel like things are challenging, you know, especially with some of the other energies going on right now in the past couple of weeks here. We might feel like things are very challenging and confused, and it's just that things, all the puzzle pieces aren't there yet. So this is why we have to look at things from a different perspective and trust and have faith. And so I really like this combination here to where, you know, there's a new beginning that's forming, and we're quite capable of manifesting it, and we're using our magical energies and intentions to manifest it, but we also have to pause for a moment, and we have to look at whatever's going on in our lives from a different vantage point in order to move forward. Let's take a look at this next card. So the next card is the Seven of Ariel. And the Seven of Ariel actually says, you have invested wisely. You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So the number 7 is kind of an internal number. It's a time of self-reflection. It's a time of meditation. It's a time of going within. And here the suit of Ariel is the suit of discs or pentacles in the traditional tarot. So this is about the tangible world, career, finances, you know, home, family situations, you know, things of that nature. Projects that we're working on. And so this is talking about, again, that we've planted the seeds. You know, to me, I always feel like this is about, we've planted the seeds in the past, and now we have to be patient while they're germinating, while they're getting ready to sprout, while they're getting ready to grow. And especially with the new moon in Sagittarius this week, there's going to be some sort of something popping up above the surface, so to speak. You know, your seeds are going to push through the ground and start to appear, but they're still, again, they're just a little bud. They're just coming out. They're just, you know, they're just at the beginning phases of starting to grow or manifest or expand themselves. And this is why we have to have patience, okay? This is really kind of a month of winding things up, this month of December. So we're needing to have patience before we move into that new year of 2019. But you can see there's beautiful flowers all around. There's a beautiful angel here in the background. She's surrounded by color. He's got a magical crystal wand in his hand, but he's just standing still. He's just standing still, and he's having patience while all of these things are starting to bloom around him. When he's ready, he'll turn around and he'll see all the growth that he has magically manifested, and he'll be able to move forward in a more prosperous and abundant way. But for right now, again, he's needing to have a little patience while things are getting ready to sprout, so to speak. Let's take a look at the last card. Wow, another major arcana. So a lot of importance for this week. And, you know, especially again, I mean, we have Mercury going back to direct motion. We have a new moon. We have Chiron going back to direct motion. So again, these two planets at a standstill are preparing us for some sort of positive movement forward. And this is major arcana number 20 with new beginnings again. So we have a second card here that mentions this idea of new beginnings. This is with Archangel Jeremiah, and it says, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Now, this card in the traditional tarot is called the Judgment card, Major Arcana 20, which is getting towards the end, because there's only 21 Major Arcana in the tarot. This is getting near the end of a soul cycle of evolution and growth. Now with this card, Judgment, and in this case again, I like that it's called New Beginnings because it's reiterating, just as the Magician talked about successful beginnings, and we talk about this new moon in Sagittarius, which is a very positive, optimistic sign energy. These new beginnings are in the realm of our soul growth and evolution. We're needing to take some time and again reflect. Now this whole month of December to me is often a time of reflection of the past. You know, this is when people go over what's happened over the course of the year. They start to, you know, see where they're at as far as their movement forward and their goals and their plans and getting ready for a new year's energy. Again, Mercury stationing direct is causing us to have this standstill energy on the mental realm where we're needing to look at things from a different perspective, and we're getting ready for a new beginning. But again, this is about reviewing the past, reviewing what we've done so far, maybe changing, you know, or reorganizing our plans for the future based on the events that have unfolded and occurred over the past few weeks. But again, this is a very positive card telling us that new beginnings are near. And here we have our wonderful angels and guides of the light here that are leading us towards whatever these new beginnings are all about. Okay? So very positive message. But again, you know, this might again take us into the new year, which is not that far away before the true new beginning occurs. All right, so we'll have to, you know, make sure we see what comes up next week. But my thought is that Mars, the planet of movement forward, it moves into his home sign of Aries on the last day of December, moving into the new year. So I think that's when we're going to see a lot of movement. All right, so the message, the personal message, depending on your stone of choice. And I'm going to breathe for a second here. Just tune in. And ask for apophyllite, the people that chose the apophyllite. This one's calling my attention. Take back your power. This is Archangel Raziel again. So you have, you know, Archangel Raziel influence, apophyllite people. It says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. This is almost the exact same message as the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Archangel Raziel here rules that card. And here we have take your power back. Use your power and intentions to manifest blessings in your life. So this is really telling you that you have the spiritual power within you. You are co-creator with God Source Energy, Divine Universe. And this is where you really, especially with this new moon, new intentions, new beginnings. Write it out, speak it out loud, do some sort of a ceremony, and claim your power back and speak your intentions to the universe of what it is you'd like to see happen in the weeks ahead, especially moving into the new year 2019. Call upon Archangel Raziel to assist you with divine magic and give you, you know, a higher perspective. He also deals with esoteric wisdom and knowledge and opening up the crown chakra to kind of a download of higher information and messages. So call upon him as you're moving throughout this week. And then for those of you that chose the ruby in Fuchsite, give this a little shuffle. Ruby, you know, this one my eyes keep going to this one. So, overcoming difficulties. Well, we definitely like to see that, don't we? Archangel Jeremiah. So here we have another Archangel Jeremiah. The worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. You're rising above. And so here, this New Beginnings card with Archangel Jeremiah, rising above. Here are the mountains, and here's Archangel Jeremiah, risen above these mountains, helping to lead this family of individuals on their path to the next step, to these new beginnings. Here you have that you're overcoming difficulties. Again, you're rising above any difficulties or challenges. The sunlight, the rays are coming down. There's, you know, some clouds back here, but all in all, it's a bright card. So again, you're surmounting any obstacles or challenges, rising above, transmuting. It's almost like the phoenix. This reminds me of the phoenix rising from the ashes. So you've been through something, and you're rising from those ashes, you're rising above those challenges, and you're getting ready to move forward. I feel like you need to call on Archangel Jeremiah this week, asking him to help you kind of review the past, review the steps that you've taken, review the choices that you've made. Not in a space of judgment, but in a space of acceptance and unconditional love for yourself and all the lessons that you've learned along the way, so that you can move forward in a proper way into this coming new year. All right, so those of you that chose the cabin site, let's give this a little shuffle and see what the message for cabin site people are. And this one's calling my attention. Divine order with Archangel Raguel. And it says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Remember how we talked about the Neptunian influence of confusion, delusion, things not being clear. You know, this is definitely saying that it's okay that things don't, you know, look clear right now, or that there's a seeming lack of clarity. Everything is exactly how it needs to be. There's things going on behind the scenes. There's things being lined up on a spiritual level. Your angels and guides are assisting you. You know, there's universal forces that are guiding and leading you, giving you messages. So everything is exactly where it needs to be. The scales of balance are rebalancing in your favor. So anything that's been out of balance is going to start to balance out, and everything is unfolding in its proper timing. Okay, so just again, look past the illusion, just like this perspective card says. It's like, look at things from a different perspective. And, you know, don't get caught up in the drama of any confusion here. Know that everything is exactly how it should be, and you're being led in the right direction and in the right timing. Everything is perfect, okay? All right, so thank you all for watching this weekly video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, for your comments on my Facebook pages, for visiting my website, for purchasing my special intention pendants and other spiritual products. I wish you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings.